I'm hearing a lot of bitter Liverpool fans out there. I'm hearing a lot of them, and not just Liverpool fans, even the media, even other fans. This is the reason why they hate Arteta. I'm telling you, they hate Arteta. Now, I understand how they might feel like he's over celebrating, right? But when it comes down to, you have to understand a person's character. That's his character, and we as Arsenal fans, we love him. So I don't see the point. I don't see why it rubs other fans the wrong way. I don't see why it rubs the media the wrong way, because he's doing a very good job and he's just celebrating his wins. And you have to understand that it's not just a win against Liverpool. It's what it means for us going on in the season. And that's what, if you watch my video with Omar yesterday, I said that, listen, it's down to the team now to perform better or the same way they did against Liverpool against West Ham on Sunday. We need to show up on Sunday, and then that celebration Arteta did will be fully justified. So I understand these fans and the media, they listen, by the way, I still haven't heard from James. If you're wondering where James is, this Liverpool fan that got all the chess, he had all the chess in the world. I still haven't heard from James. James, if you're watching this, I'm still waiting for your phone call, mate. I'm still waiting for you to come and apologize. I'm waiting for an apology, right? Now, this is another one. Listen, Arsenal expected goals of 3.52 XG is the most Liverpool has ever faced in a Premier League game. I'm telling you, we dominated them. We outclassed them. We set records for club final match against us. We set records, mate. So this is what I'm saying, that, listen, everyone has forget about how we perform. Everyone forgot about how we perform. And what they're lighting is, Mikel Arteta is over celebrating. The celebration police is out again for us. They're criticizing how we're celebrating. They're criticizing how Odegaard is celebrating, taking pictures of the cameraman. Listen, that's the culture Arteta is building, and I love to see it, because it's you have to have something. You have to stand for something. And I love the way that Arteta is instilling a family. He's instilling a unit, a camaraderie, like everyone is pulling in the same direction. Zinchenko and Benoit had an argument under the bridge. They still went in and still done their job, perform well. So this is what I love to see. And Arteta is bringing something that we haven't seen in a very long time in Arsenal. And one might say it's even better than it was before, because I've never seen Wenger celebrate like this. I've seen Jose Mourinho, I've seen even Klopp celebrates like this sometimes, and no one criticized Klopp. No one criticized. Remember the famous knee slide Mourinho done. No one was criticizing Mourinho, but because it's Arsenal, because it's Arteta, the celebration policies are right, so we can see that there's always been an agenda for Arsenal. Now, this is something that I enjoyed watching, and this is basically showing Kai Havertz, Odegaard, and Zinchenko. Now, this is one of the way that we were getting lots of success in this match. As you can see, there's a split between Konate and Van Dijk, and you see Kai Havertz, after he's drifting in midfield, he's just slowly moving into that space. Now, going into that space, Odegaard quickly find that pass round the corner, and that was a brilliant pass. Now, that's the shot I said that, listen, Kai Havertz should have scored, but luckily for us, Saka was there to tap in. So this was one of the things I kept seeing, that we starting to cut through Liverpool midfield, because Van Dijk tried to press Odegaard. Now he's caught in two minds, and then leave, and Konate keeping an eye on Martinelli, because he's trying to cover Trent. Trent is pressing Zinchenko high, and that leaves a big gap. In their defensive line, and we took advantage of that. Now, this is another thing where we tried to cut the defensive lines. Now you can see Jorginho. This is where you say that everyone that plays with this guy, and even opposition that says that this guy is one of the most intelligent footballers they've seen. Look at him pointing. He's pointing where that Martinelli run is. He understands the tactics of Arteta. He understands the game plan, and he's the one that's instigating where the ball should go next. Look how far Gabriel is from him, and he see where Gabriel is positioned. He saw Gabriel's body shape, and he's saying that, listen, look out for Martinelli. Now, another thing we can see is that Martinelli switched position with Kai Havertz, and I love to see that, because when Jesus played, I started seeing the last match when Jesus played, they started to switch position a lot. Now you can't see in this image, but Saka is on the other side. Saka is on the other wing, and basically on the touchline, on the chalk, right? So that's free across the front line, and you see that by switching, Kai Havertz going short, looking for basically a zinger pass, or looking for a header run. If Magalhaes give a chip ball to Havertz, he can header it one over Konate, having Martinelli burst on. Or Gabriel Magalhaes can do a high long ball looking for Martinelli, that pace and that run. As you know that Martinelli is very quick, and you know that that's how we got the goal as well. And it's the same position. Why? Because Magalhaes is a very good passer, as well as Jorginho is a very good, very, very, very good, intelligent player. That's how we got the goal, having Van Dijk and Alisson getting mixed up, and Gabriel Martinelli just having a tap in. So these are the plays that we don't see. We don't see the build up. That this is coached. This is coached. You're not going to find Gabriel Martinelli in this position and Kai Havertz there, and then Jorginho pointing for that run. This is a coach thing. So this is why we have to give the players big credit, but it's especially we have to give Arteta big credit for setting up the team like this, because you know that he's been studying Liverpool hard, because he's that type of manager and how to get around them. And this is another thing we noticed in the match, the high press of Arsenal. So you can see that every player had a man. Kai Havertz basically had two. He had the keeper and he had Konate. Now, Gabriel Martinelli had Trent. Jorginho had McAllister. Rice had Jones. Odegaard had Van Dijk, and Saka had Gomez. So it was a man marking press. Man marking high press. So what's going to happen now? He's going to have to go long. He's going to have to go long and look for a long. So now he's going to have to go long. And when he goes long, then we have Saliba down at the back, very good in the air. We've got Magalhaes, very good in the air. And and Benjamin White, that's very good in the air. And Zinchenko can basically pick up the second ball after whether it's an header run or whatever. Zinchenko can cover the gaps. So this is what I'm saying. We played so well. And I've saying that, listen, now if you see Jorginho is coming back, marking McAllister, but he was pressing high. He was pressing the same way you see Odegaard is pressing Van Dijk. He was pressing Konate. Havertz was pressing Konate, and Havertz was also covering the keeper. So, and he's just drifting back in midfield now, marking McAllister. You see McAllister looking over his shoulder, seeing Jorginho right on his heels. He can't receive the ball now. So you know what? He's gonna try hide now, allowing Van Dijk to go over the top. And this is why we get a lot of success in this match, because of the way we press, the way we try to cut between the defensive lines for Liverpool. And this is mirror how we played against them in the FA Cup. And that match we dominate. We just didn't take our chances to win that match. We absolutely, it's one of the most one-sided match I've seen in a long time against Liverpool, that FA Cup match, but we didn't take our chances. This is where we ultimately got knocked out. Now remember, Zinchenko and Benjamin White had a fight. They had a toss-up basically, had an argument the last match before this one, and it was a similar thing. And now my thing is, don't criticize if you're going to do the same thing. Do not criticize people if you're going to do the same things. And Benjamin White, you can see that Benjamin White is basically playing Gakpo on. Now he's looking across the line. He could see Gakpo, and he could see William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes. He can see. And then he can see all three of them. Same with Zinchenko. Zinchenko, he's got his eyes watching the winger that's bombing on, which is Jota, and he's also he can look across the line and see that. Listen, Gabriel Magalhaes and Saliba is pushed up, but perhaps they're watching each other. Do you know what I mean? They were arguing, they were fighting, so probably they're just watching each other. It's so interesting to see that these are the two players that played Gakpo online on side, allowing Gakpo to get in and having a shot on goal, and that was a dangerous chance, because if that was a clinical striker, that would have been a goal. So look at this. This is what I'm saying, that we need to improve this. This, you see the black line, this is where Zinchenko should be. If he's going to have a run on, let him have a run and go offside. Same thing with Benjamin White. Let him have a run and go offside, because you see, if Benjamin White stick to that line, Diaz would have been offside, right? So these are the things that we need to just pay attention to. So another way that someone else might have, could have been blaming Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes to say that, listen, your line is too high. You're going to see he's shaping up to kick the ball over the top. Drop back a bit and cover those spaces. And you know that Gakpo is behind you. And you know the deficiencies of Zinchenko, that he can't defend properly. So more than likely he's going to play everyone on side. So you could argue for and against. But for me, I would more rather find a problem with Zinchenko and Ben White to say that, hold the line. You're the one that's seen across the line, both of you guys, because you're fullbacks, you can see across the pitch. The two centre backs, they're focused on the ball. They're focusing on what's in front of them, because that's their job. Once again, we see Jorginho in this position. He's playing the two with Odegaard. You see Gabriel Magalhaes is playing two with Saliba, and Zinchenko is playing the two with Declan Rice. And Jorginho's playing a 2 with Odegaard. So this is what I'm saying, that Odegaard was playing more advanced in this match. And it's the same thing against Liverpool in the FA Cup. Now, I don't know if it's a tactics against Liverpool because of how they play, why Arteta got him to play like this. But I know once Jorginho plays, we're going to do very well. I said that in my match preview before, that, listen, I want to see us play like that. And I want to see us play like that going in the future. And when Partey comes back in the team, I want to see Partey plays Jorginho's role. Because I believe that Partey is more suited to Jorginho's role than Declan Rice. Declan Rice, for me, should stay where he is, and Partey should come in the team and play that Jorginho's role if he's fit. Yeah, and when we get someone like Zubimendi, imagine Zubimendi playing Jorginho's role right now in that match. Man, he's a better passer than Jorginho. He's a better flair. Has more flair than Jorginho. He has more skills than Jorginho. He's a better shot taker than, man. So this was the lineup against Liverpool. So we had Zinchenko started, and he came off with a knock at half time. Arteta said he feel a little tweak in his hamstring or something like that. And we got Gabriel Magalhaes once again, a solid defensive rock at the back. He got an own goal, but I wouldn't blame it down to Gabriel Magalhaes. I would rather blame it down to Saliba for not shielding the ball properly, having I think it was Diaz having a toe poke. Then you have Saliba 6.5. He deserved that scoreline. Gabriel Magalhaes, this is the first time I'm seeing Gabriel Magalhaes deserve a higher scoreline than Saliba, and actually got it. So we see Benjamin White with a 7.2. Benjamin White was good in this match. I'm not even gonna lie, it was very good. Going forward, and he covered his bases in terms of defensive display, good as well. Martin Odegaard 7.7, the third man of the match, third best player on the pitch for me today. The third best player on the pitch for me on that day is Declan Rice 7.2, Jorginho 7, which is a robbery. Jorginho should have a lot more than that, because for me he's the man of the match. He should have, even if he's not man of the match, he performed well above most players on the pitch, and he still got a 7. That's a robbery for me. Gabriel Martinelli 7.8, a very good rating, deserving of that rating. Kai Havertz, he done more than, this is what I'm saying, these ratings, I don't like these ratings sometimes. Kai Havertz deserved more than that, because the way he played, he done his job. He didn't score. Yes, he had a shot that went straight to the keeper, but he done his job very well in terms of holding up the ball, creating space for other players. Bukayo Saka wasn't his best performance, as we can all say throughout the season. Not one of his best performance, but he's still done very well in the match. So Konate is getting a red card now. You know that he's going to be missing for Liverpool for 3 matches. So you know that's a potential very, very good thing for us and City, right? Because Konate has basically been on par, as what Jem said in the preview, that, listen, he's been their best defender, better than Van Dijk most matches. So it's a good thing for us and City. Konate is missing, and I'm happy he's not an injury. A red card. So Konsa might come in. But yeah, I can see this is going good. This next 3 match for Liverpool can be very vital for them. Missing Konate and might be missing Salah as well. So we scored 3, Liverpool 1. Expect XG, we have 2.3 compared to their 0.5. We had 14 shots compared to theirs 11. We had 6 on target compared to their 1. Now this is not something that's been talked about regularly or even enough for me. Liverpool having 1 shot on target. 1 shot on target compared to 11 shots. Man, that was poor. That's less than 10%. Less than 10% on target. Now, I've been critical of Arsenal, but this match I'm proud of them, right? We had 6 on target. We had more. We had almost half the shots on target than that we took. So I'm very proud of Arsenal. I've been saying that, listen, at least get half. That's the minimum we should strive for. Normally we get about 25%, 20%, but Liverpool having 10%, having 1 shot on target, having 11 shots. That's poor. Their goal basically being an own goal as well. We had 10 shots open play. They had 7. We had 42.5 possession compared to their 57.5. We had 398 passes to their 538. Now that's another thing why I'm saying that, listen, Liverpool, they won in that. They won in possession, and I feel like it's a different gameplay Arteta came with. Arteta directly or intentionally set up the team or set up the game that Liverpool have more of the position, but we basically dictate the game in certain phases. And if you see passes complete, we had 398 to their 538. But what's most interesting is that we had most of the filtered. So for us to have less possession, less passes, we had more filtered. So that shows you that Arteta dominated the game in terms of, because in different phases of the match, when you look at the filtered, and he doesn't like the word control, he likes the word dominate. So this is why I'm using the word dominate. When you take a look at final entries, Liverpool had almost twice as much as us, and once again to have so many possession, so many passes, so many final third entries, and having one shot on target, that's like us. That's like us back in the past. But Arteta, I have to give him credit. This guy is a brilliant manager. He's found a way to tweak things, and it worked. It worked for us. Not having most possession, most passes like we normally do in matches, but having 3 goals, man. And I think we deserve more as well. Some of the chances, I think we should have took. Remember the first chance, Bukayo Saka having an header, he missed the ball completely. So that should have been a goal. I remember a few chances that we could have scored, but didn't. When you take a look at dribbles now, we had 13, they had 14. They were better than us in dribbling. When you take a look at tackles, we had more tackles than them, 28 compared to theirs 18, 20 being successful compared to theirs 11. So that's something that we were better than them at. And I always say that when you're good at challenges, when you're good at tackling, when you're good at dueling, you always put your team in an advantage situation. Now, this is another thing I noticed, that Kai Havertz was on top in goal probability by action, man. Congrats, Kai Havertz, because for me, Kai Havertz is not... We need to stop seeing him as a goal scorer. I was so disappointed the way he took the shot and hit Alisson in his chest, but we need to start seeing him as a utility player, like James Milner was for Liverpool, James Milner was for almost every team that he's played with. He's a utility. If you want James Milner to be a keeper, he can be a keeper. And if you want him to be centre back, left back, right back, centre mid, left mid, right wing, striker, wherever you want James Milner to play, he can play there and play effectively at a higher level. And for me, this is how Kai Havertz is. If you remember, a few matches ago for Germany, he was playing left back. So for me, he can play attacking mid, he can play striking, he can play second striker, he can play left wing, right wing, he can play centre mid. For me, we need to start seeing him as the utility player, as a stopgap. Don't value him higher than what he is. If you start to see him as a utility player, you will understand how brilliant he is being for us. That's what you're starting to. You need to start to understand he's our utility player, and every team needs that. Every top teams need a utility player. Man City had Cancelo. I know they're not on the same level, but Cancelo could have played anywhere on the pitch. Now, we have our own utility player. Now we need to support him, and we need to see the dirty work, the graft, and the hard work he does. It's the same thing with Milner. Lots of Liverpool fans did not respect Milner until he left. Then they realized the gaps he used to fill, no other players can fill that gap. So that's the video, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on the Liverpool match. Let me know what you noticed in this match. Give us your opinion in the comments box below. Catch you in the next video. Goodbye.